And with you here on SportsCenter, how about the Cavs-Raptors game one? Spida Mitchell, 8 straight 30-point games in the playoff series opener, longest streak in the NBA. This is the first quarter. Mitchell, step back, 3, good. Score tied up at 31. Cavs are up 2 here. Mitchell gets the steal, pushes, and he's going to hit Max Strus. Strus had 24 off the bench. Cavs, well, they were up 4 after 1. We get to the second quarter. You know the beard? He had 10 dimes. This one to Evan Mobley. Over 2 Toronto Raptors. Cavs up 7 at this point. We get to the third. I told you about Max Strus. Well, the Strus was loose. There's a corner 3. He scored 8 straight points in the third quarter. That 24 points he had, a playoff career high. Cavs were up 20. Mitchell, 11 of 20 from the field. He had 32 points in this one. The Cavs and the route was on. Harden also had 22. In fact, Harden and Mitchell combined to score or assist on 82 of the Cavs' points. They win game one, 126-113. Our NBA analyst, Quentin Richardson, joins us now. All right, Q, listen, there are some things that are certain. Death, taxes, Cleveland beating Toronto in the postseason. They've won 11 straight now.
That's
this
crazy.
time it was the Donovan Mitchell show. Harden also chipped in at 22. Will we get a better sense of how good this Cleveland team is, I think, in the second round or what? What do you think?
I don't want to just go past Toronto and say just to the second round. But, I mean, the way they looked last night, the Cavs definitely looked like the favorite. Harden and Mitchell look like the best 2 players in the series. But I have to see what it looks like when they go back to Toronto because I know how it is in that building, how loud they can be and how good they can play. So I can't just concede yet. But right now it's looking good for them.
Okay, so we got to go back to the West because a shorthanded LeBron and the Lakers took game one from the Rockets, obviously without Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
LeBron kept it real postgame, talking about how special it was to play alongside Bronny in a postseason game. Take a listen.
I mean, that was on the floor with my son, like in a playoff game. That's probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in my career. It was just so cool to be out there with him and his brother and sister and his mom in the building and his grandma. You know, like, that's just insane. You know, like, my mom get to watch her son and her grandson during the playoffs. That's crazy.
Was crazy. And what was crazy is what he did last night. I mean, he did everything. When you look at his stat line, the only thing he didn't do was wash the windows there at the arena. What did he do that you think now, all of a sudden, maybe the Lakers can win this series, considering many thought Houston would sweep these guys?
I mean, just the way he came out there, and, I mean, he showed 20 years in the game, 19 playoffs, I've done this. This is riding the bike. He came out there, got his troops in order. He set the table, 8 assists in the first quarter, 10 in the first half, 13 for the game. And he did whatever needed to be done. But, I mean, he gave those guys the confidence that, look, I'm passing y'all. I believe in y'all. This is LeBron James, and I'm putting the ball in y'all hand to do y'all thing. And I'm supporting y'all. Luke Kennard with his 27, he was cheering them on as loud as anybody. So, I mean, those type of things set you up to have confidence for if and when Reeves and Luka does come back.
All right, we'll see what happens. By the way, Q's going to join us again later in the hour to preview Wemby and the Spurs as they begin their postseason tonight. Q, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
We have familiar opponents in the NBA playoffs. Nuggets and Wolves link up for a third time in 4 postseasons. Joe Fortenbaugh told us yesterday, take Nikola Jokic to get a triple-double at plus 114. He got there, but it was Maple Curry who carried the scoring when it mattered. Jamal Murray in the third quarter, tough layup. Denver entered with wins in 7 of their last 8 game ones. Here Murray gets the bucket and one. He went 16 for 16 from the line. Game high 30 points. Nuggets up a dozen there. Tensions now a mile high. Less than a minute later, Jaden McDaniels gets hit by Jokic, recovers the loose ball, gets the mid-range J to go, and then shoves Jokic in the back. Aaron Gordon steps in. He and McDaniels had to be separated. McDaniels not happy about getting the shot in the face. He got teed up for his actions. I'm sure all will be forgiven before game 2 tomorrow, right? 10 seconds left in the third. Nuggets up 10. Murray also had 7 assists in this game. Here, the automatic Jokic floater. Nothing you're doing about that. Denver's up 12 as we head to the fourth. Joker, why so serious? 9 minutes left. Ant Edwards trying to keep it close. He was just 2 for 9 from 3. This one of the 2 had a team-high 22 points. Holds the Wolves within 4. Now it's a 2-point game with 6 minutes left. Check your watch. It's Big Honey time. Jokic hooping the harm over Rudy Gobert, did complete the 3-point play. 2 minutes later, margin 7. After an ant turnover, Jokic looking like Bo Nix. Up ahead to Bruce Brown. Jokic 25, 13, and 11. Nuggets take game 1 by 11. Joker now has 3 playoff triple-doubles against Minnesota. The rest of the NBA ever has 3 in the postseason. But Saturday was a 2-man game. Jokic and Murray, their 8th playoff game, in which both had at least 25 points, 5 boards, 5 dimes, tying an NBA record held by Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. I am familiar with their work.
Well, the NBA playoffs continue today. Slate of 4 game 1s. We start the nightcap. Wemby makes his playoff debut. Spurs face the Blazers. San Antonio took 2 of 3 from Portland despite Wemby missing all 3 games. It'll be the Spurs' first playoff game since the 2018-19 season. And in staying with the evening games, you've got the Pistons hosting the Magic. Detroit, the 1 seed for the first time since 2007. They face a Magic squad they split the season series with 2 games apiece, alternating wins each game. Then you've got the defending champions. The Thunder host the Suns, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. Oklahoma City, a minus 3,000 favorite to win the series, the largest by any team this postseason. ESPN Analytics gives them a 95% chance to advance. And our first game of the day, Celtics hosting the Sixers. 1 Eastern ABC, 23rd postseason meeting between these squads. Celtics lead the series 15-7 and have won the last 6.
We're letting the good times roll with NBA reporter Tim Bontemps live courtside from Boston before game 1 of Celtics Sixers. And Tim, Jason Tatum in a playoff game in April 2026. That is not something we thought we'd see when he ruptured his Achilles in May of 2025. What is Boston's plan for him today?
Well, Phil, probably the most remarkable thing about the last 6 weeks in Jason Tatum's ramp up to being ready to go for this postseason run for the Celtics is that he got up to postseason minutes by the end of it. In the last 2 games of the regular season that he played in, last Tuesday here in Boston against Charlotte and Thursday at the Garden against the New York Knicks, he played 39 and 40 minutes, which is pretty remarkable for a guy that was only 5 weeks back from his return from that Achilles tear. So coming into the playoffs, it really should be all systems operational for Jason Tatum and the Celtics. They've got him healthy. They have a clean bill of health coming into the playoffs, not just for him, but for the rest of the roster. And for a team that has played extraordinarily well compared to expectations to start the year with 56 victories and the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference standings, they come into this series against their forever rivals from Philly, feeling awfully confident that Tatum and Jaylen Brown can lead them on yet another deep playoff run.
And the last regular season meeting between these two was 5 days before Tatum returned. He is 12-4 against Philly in his postseason career. Tim, for Philly, Joel Embiid remains sidelined, still recovering from an appendectomy surgery just 10 days ago. What do we know about when or whether we'll see him in this series?
Well, we don't know the answer to either of those questions yet, Phil, about the when and the whether we will. But Joel Embiid was back on the court, at least as a spectator, for Wednesday's play-in win over Orlando in Philadelphia. It was the first time he'd been around the team since he had that emergency appendectomy 12 days ago in Houston before they played the Rockets late in the regular season. And the goal now for Philadelphia, Phil, is to just try to extend this series out as long as they possibly can and give Embiid time to get himself back. And the first test of that we'll really see is whenever he can get back on the court and start to do some work. I mean, remember, to have an appendectomy, you're having abdominal surgery. That is not a minor, ankle sprain or something you could just play your way through. So Embiid's got to get back out on the court, see how he feels after that, and then start to go forward from there. But what the Sixers need to do against the Celtics today is just try to get off to a start, get a W, and extend this series. Nick Nurse on Friday at practice said, my only thought right now is that I don't have Joel Embiid on Sunday. I'm going to have to have a great game plan for that game 1. That's where the Sixers are going into this game against the Celtics as they get ready to play around.
Yeah, you might intercept the pass there, Tim. Embiid did miss each of the Sixers' last 2 games against the Celtics in the regular season. Philly won 1, lost 1. Game 1, Sixers and Celtics, 1 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Tim Bontemps, thanks as always.